Zo grappig.
Echt leuk.
Ik vind dat ook een beetje.
Ja.
Ja, ga ik doen.
Ja.
Mag ik als bewijs straks even een foto weten? Ja, mooi. Dan gaan we regelen. Want anders gaat hij dat echt niet veranderen. Ga ik zeggen, joh, ik ben hier niet tegengekomen. Dat kan niet.
Excuus. Kan je ook terugdenken?
Ja, weet ik. Ik vond dit al grappig. Ik zei van... Ik zei het gewoon.
Ja, daar ben ik.
Ja. Tegen hem. Oké.
Je hebt een roze laptop.
Ja.
Ja, doe gewoon je ding.
Oh, oké. Ja, ik moet die kant op.
Oh, sorry, ik sta er recht.
Hey chef, ik zag een leuk filmpje met die piep, 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 piep. Met de metaaldetector heb ik ja.
Go, go, go. Give it all you got.
Hello, guys. Hope you can hear me well. Good evening. So, yeah. Hello, everyone. First of all, to clarify something, the board on the left is not working currently, and I don't think that we will be able to fix it. But you can join the Chess.com link, or thank you, Nordi, for the pin. Yeah, because I wonder if a mod can post the links on YouTube, because some people are asking like, when will the game start? The game has already started, as you can see on the live feed, and we're currently on move 13. Semi-Slav defense. I cannot rotate the board now. Hello, David. Yeah. Well, so you can click on the link, and it's pinned. Yeah. I don't know how to see it on YouTube, but I guess yeah. Well, you can just search for it, I suppose, if you come from that. However, we can talk about the game since we can't see the position, and we also support, which is not concurrent, I think, with the camera feed. Close. At least right now we're on the same move. It appears that Anna has been thinking for some time. Yeah. So yeah, we have a semi-Slav. Anna's thing is the GM Erik van den Doel. Hope I pronounced it correctly. Who is, I searched a little bit and I saw that he's one of the top 10 players in the Netherlands. He's number 9 right now. So he's quite a strong player. And very high rating, 2560, which means I think that even if Anna loses this game, she will still be above 2200. Or, well, she'll be exactly 2200, I think, if she loses. Which confirms the script, but we all hope she can manage more than that. And she has had a good start so far from this semi-Slav opening. It looks like, which she doesn't usually play. I think she usually plays like regular Slav, but this time she chose the semi-Slav, and it has paid off because this position is perfectly good for black. Usually when you can play the move c5 in the semi-Slav and free up your bishop, then black has equalized. So, at least in theory, well, in practice, it's a bit harder to find the right move. So this position, black should have solved all her opening problems because all the pieces are active. There are no pawn weaknesses, and yeah, basically we're doing just fine. In fact, white has kind of runs a little bit ahead in development, so he hopes that somehow he can try to bring the rooks to the center quickly and maybe have some tactics like rook d1, bishop to f4, bishop to g5. If the knight lands on f6, that could be an idea. Yeah, so I'm not sure we can take on d5, but we'll have to see. Also, guys will have to help me with the moves here when they happen, because my screen's pretty small. So yeah, but this position should be very, very yeah, equal. Maybe even black is a little bit for choice, I would say. Like it's a really good opening result for Anna, and the time is also looking pretty good. I think they're both in around 55 minutes right now. So hello to everyone in the chat. Hello Matthew, hello Chess Lover, hello Blob. And yeah, we're doing really well so far against the GM. Is it needed to spend much time with this move? Well, I suppose it's kind of a decision here. Like, do we take the pawn, or do we just castle, do something else? Both are fine, I would say. And we are not that much behind on time, so I think it's good to think a little bit to come up with a plan, because basically in this opening, in the semi-slot, you aim for the pawn break c5, which frees your bishop from b7. So Anna has achieved that, and she now, needs to find like the second plan. What would be her plan from now on? Because okay, we achieved c5, that is a good thing, but then have to see how we progress from here. Is it classroom or yeah, I guess it's classroom. I'm not sure why it's not working. Maybe blue is to blame. I'm not sure. I didn't type blame VB in the chat, but I don't know if we should. But we have to walk with what we see on the camera. So yeah. Yeah, it looks like Anna is kind of on a different. Now, the good thing is that Anna's opponent has respected us and has put his refreshments in a way that we can see the entire board, not like some other guys. Oh, so it's stuck. Oh, maybe it's like the wrong link or something. I remember one time I was supposed to commentate, but the classroom was broken. Like, I didn't have the link or something like that happened, and I couldn't move the link as well. Bluebo has been blamed 568 times. Wow. See, people are saying Eric van den Dul have 2 draws against 2100, 2200 in this tournament. So maybe he's playing a bit too calmly, right? And he will get a draw. Maybe even win. Who knows? This is looking good so far. So. Start baiting modes into blaming other modes. So Anna has no refreshments at the board. That's an interesting choice. Maybe she had a good lunch or something. And usually you have like a water bottle or something, I think. But maybe not. Some people prefer to not have anything. Maybe the table is too small. Maybe she doesn't want to break, to block our view. Blueberry casting strays. If we take twice on 5 will eventually lose c5. Yeah, there is some issue with like it takes d5, bishop d5, rook knight f6. The main threat is bishop takes f6, bishop takes f6, queen takes c5. So white gets quite some activity if he takes twice. However, we can just take once and then castle, and then just claim that this pawn on d5 eventually will be captured. Although this pawns on the queen side are also potentially weak. Like white can have an idea of playing the move a4 and trying to break up a little bit this queen side structure. Usually in these semi-Slav positions, a lot of queenside pawns get traded, which is why there's usually a lot of draws, but also a lot of very open positions, which can be very tactical. So, yeah. We also don't want to fall too much behind on time, I think, while playing SGM. So I think Anna should maybe try to make a move soon. It's move 13, after all. Still early in the game. Yeah, 400 points is quite a big difference. Basically means that I think to lose in terms of rate. I think from this drink in terms of ranking behind the tournament leaders. So yeah, it makes sense. Like if Anna wins this game, she is probably finishing on the top 3 places in the tournament as well. Okay, so Anna has to take, and the opponent is taking back with the pawn. We prefer to play something else, maybe some castles or maybe c4. This has been reached once in the Masters database, like a game between someone named De Jong, looks Dutch, and someone named Sparring in 2018, which white won. But it's not very theoretical. I think the line, usually you're supposed to play the bishop to d6 and not to e7 in this semi-stuff. But bishop e7 is quite playable, and it's more solid and it has less theory. So yeah, did the job quite well today. So yeah, let's see if she takes or no. £400 is 9%, which sense. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, c4 is also a move to consider. Trying to push that pawn, create a pawn chain there. Moves such as knight f6 are also maybe something to think about. But I think the first priority should be castling, if you're going to make a development move and not taking the pawn. Yeah, Anderson likes everything here because position is White hasn't really achieved much of this opening. Sure, he got his pieces developed, but if anything, he has the weakness on d5. This pawn is okay. It's a passed pawn technically, but it lacks protection. Imagine if the knight goes to f6. We'll have 3 black pieces attacking the pawn, and there is nothing protecting it. Sure, White can bring a rook to d1, but that's only 1 out of 3 required to defend it. And yeah, it's not so clear how exactly will you defend this pawn. So usually, and probably what will happen is White just gives this pawn away and tries to counter attack some of the queenside pawns or something. Still theory, yes. Well, technically, yes. Not sure if it's theory if only one game has been played. But I guess. Okay, Anna looks ready to make a move. Let's see. Maybe not. Okay, now she does. And she plays knight to b6. After knight f6. And she also prevents a4 with that maneuver. I like that move. It's a bit different from the classical kind of development moves that you would see. But it's still pretty good. As I said, now we're attacking d5 with 3 hours. Our king is not that unsafe yet that we need to castle. And on bishop d3, we always have c4. Years ago, Alex Botos was doing commentary in a tournament. She would guess for every game where they left theory. At the time, the defenders less than 10 games. Yeah, that is yeah, that makes sense. I suppose. Although, yeah, if it's one game that is like a world championship game, then I guess that has a different weight than to random 2200. I think white will pretty quickly play rook to d1 here, because there's really not much else to do. This rook does belong on d1, x-raying the black queen. Yeah, it's yeah. Yeah, so. What I don't like about it to b6 is that it is a bit. It's a move away from the king side, and that can lead white into doing some kind of king side attack. Although he's still quite a long way from achieving that. Like, yeah. But you could imagine like bishop landing on d3 and knight maybe landing on g5, and h7 could become weak. Especially if you also have to deal with a queen at the same time on the d file. Well, that seems far away for now. Did Anna-Maja ever beat a GM? I think she has beaten 2 or 3. No, the game against Sasha was a draw, no? I think she beat GM from Egypt. I can't remember his name. Hesham, maybe. Maybe that was his name. But yeah, I'm sure she has beaten GM from the Netherlands. Who also is on the Das Rubens team, Xiao Jinpeng. And so at least 2 different GMs. I'm not sure if she has beaten a third in classical. Maybe today's the day. You never know. She's quite on fire today, given that she beat an IM in the morning in like, 16, 17 moves. Just completely destroyed this guy. He basically paid the price of not going for a count continuation. So he had like one move that was clearly the best. It was just trading to some endgame where white was maybe slightly better, maybe it was equal. And he tried to kind of delay that, played this h6 move. And then there was a nice bishop sack by Anna. And it went downhill for him from there. Hello, Blue Boy. Welcome. Just woke up at like 1 a.m. or something. So we're doing very, very well here. We have equalized the black pieces. And time situations also kind of equalize, I think. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I think he has 43 minutes. And he has. And yeah, and basically what I was saying earlier is that she basically is guaranteed to finish the tournament at 2200 or above, which is nice. I said before the tournament, like the script says that she gets 2200. And then I was like, oh, well, she won this game against the IM, so probably 2200 is not possible to finish on exactly that because, you know, she would have to get -2. She can't really make a draw against the low rated because she doesn't really do that usually. But I forgot that you can play at 2500 and be guaranteed to not lose more than 2 points. Yeah, so far it's going pretty well. We might even get above 2200 if she manages to hold the draw here or even win. That would be amazing. I think even with a draw, she should be in the top 10 of the tournament. I don't know how many players get prizes. I don't really know how big is that tournament. Maybe the Dutches, maybe Nordi, who was there, can tell us more. Yeah, 2200 should be guaranteed because the max you can lose with this game is 2 points, since there's a 400 difference. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's 2 points something. It's 2199 or something. That would be funny, but I think it should be 2200. I don't think Anna has any intention of losing this game, though. Yeah, people were saying in the morning like this tournament will not be rated and stuff like that. I don't think that's the case, though. Like the tournament clearly says in the regulation that it is rated. It's not appearing on the FIDE list tournaments for December, but from my experience, you can submit it late, despite the regulation saying otherwise. Like I've seen it happen for tournaments that I've played that they don't. True. Yeah. So notice saying the leaders played a quick draw, so basically element. And so she can still win on tiebreaks. I suppose yes. Although she has lost to one of the guys on 5 points. ODOF? Wait, what? Oh, it's stuck. You're back, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Let me disconnect and reconnect. Okay, it should be back now. Yeah, I noticed there was a red connection thing. Somehow it was not connected to Discord. Should be back now. Okay, with his position. He looks a bit skeptical, let's say. What are you saying? The players are keeping very still. Sometimes I think my stream that is true for me. If it's running or have things in the background if they're moving to determine if it's a stuck stream or just the player's not really moving much. The thing is, when there is not much space, you don't want to move too much, I suppose. Although they have quite a similar posture at the moment. This doesn't look very comfortable, at least for me. Like I don't think I've ever sat on board like this. It's kind of funny. He looks like Kuipers. He looks like what I imagine a typical Dutch guy to look, of his age at least. I would say. He kind of looks tired. Looks like he just wants to make a draw and get out of there, maybe, or something. This game is going to go to time travel, which is also good for Anna-Maja, which it means that, well, if her chances are like 5% maybe in a game, then time travel is definitely increasing. Because both players have spent quite a bit of time. It's only move 13, so there's going to be a lot more moves in the game. Hello, Hypnogen, welcome. Yes, 4-5. Win against an IM, and we're doing good against GM, so very, very nice. Yeah, in time travel, they will move faster, but people are more prone to making mistakes in time travel. So. Is the count fit 15 minutes delayed? I'm not sure. It should be at least somewhat delayed. Because it's almost on par with the moves coming. We can actually... Yeah, it should be about 5-6 minutes delayed, I think. Because he... On leeches, he has... Or, yeah, rather, no 5, 6, 8, 9. Like, 15 minus that. Because on leeches, the opponent has... 44 minutes, and on the live feed, he looks like he has like 38, 9. So yeah, it should be about 8 to 9 minutes delayed, the video feed. And the board is about 15 minutes delayed. Yeah, no norm chances. Yeah, exactly. Because only 6 rounds. Although I'm pretty sure that if she wins this game, she will definitely be above 2400 in rating performance. Maybe even with a draw. Which definitely shows that even if she doesn't get norm here, she has the potential to make it in an open tournament if the pairings are nice. A lot of this has to do with the tournament being over 2000, though. Like, if you play in an open tournament, it's much less likely to face this kind of opponents. And even in this tournament, we played a lot of low raters. So yeah. Basically, to make a norm, she has to beat 2 players above 2300, I think, at this point, and in 9 rounds, and then just make her normal results, not lose to any low raters. Opponent is tanking quite a lot here. I think he will go for rook d1. That's my kind of gut feeling. But let's... Yeah, this pawn does not really have a bright future. I think Black can take it pretty much whenever she wants. But maybe she, maybe he can discourage her with rook d1. Sometimes you do play a bit more cautiously against such a high-rated player. So he can try to use the rating card, as we call it. I'd like to put rooks on d1 and e1. Yeah, usually in d4 openings, the rooks go to c1 and d1. reason for rook d1 is mostly to go against the queen. It's a common move in d4 openings to play rook f to d1, rook a to c1, basically. Or the queenside rook could also stay on a1 and we play a4. That's also fun. Yeah, on c1 not so much, especially after black plays c4. So that's why white here usually should keep the rook on a1 and play a4. I think that is the best square for the rook right now. And then the other rook goes to d1. The e-file doesn't really matter much, even though it's an open file. But there are no entry points, basically. Like, white can never get to e7, black can never get to e2. So it is open file, sure, but it's mostly I mean for trades rather at this point. Yeah, I suppose that the queen side's pawns are weak long term, and they could end up falling. I'm very surprised that he's tanking that much. To be fair, he should be on around 35 minutes by now, maybe even less. And we're still pretty much in the early middle game. And I'm sure Anna will think a lot on her next move too. So this is going to be an early time trouble. I feel like maybe both players are a bit tired and taking longer to process calculations and stuff. They're exhausting tournament. 3 double rounds, 3 days with double rounds in a row. What would black do? Well, a4, maybe take it with a knight, I suppose. Is this so bad? I suppose that's why Anna played ABC. At this point, we could also just ignore it and play and just castle or something. And if white takes on b5, then we just trade and take on d5 in the end, and it still should be equal. Okay, he played a move. I think he played rook d1, right? It does look like a rook on d1. So rook to d1. Another question for Anna is, do we take the pawn? Or do we castle? I think those are the only reasonable moves here. Either take the pawn or castle. Yeah, the FIDE command to use your real name, so either you pretty sure Anna expected rook d1, so she should have at least a general idea of what she would like to respond with. Because it's a logical move. So we're doing fine. is scared to take the pawn. I mean, it's not like white can win a piece or anything. It's just that there is a bit of pressure on the d file. The engine says that both knight takes d5 and bishop takes d5 are viable. I think the move I would play here as black is castles. However, the engine points out that after castles, white might have some interesting ideas that I would have not seen. With d6, sacrificing the pawn to open the knight, going to g5. So d6, bishop takes d6, knight g5. So white can get a little bit of compensation that way. There are some hidden resources in the positions. History used to take these phones, yeah. It depends. It's definitely calculating like what happens if I take, what happens if I don't take. I mean, the thing is, you're not avoiding that. It's also funny that there's still this. It looks like it's still the sun is still up, at least partly. Here, it's completely dark. And it's just 1 hour later. It's 6:20 here. Just because it's more north. No, but actually, wait. More north should have a smaller day. That's interesting. I would expect that at 5 p.m. it's already night in the Netherlands. Interesting. Or maybe it is night and it's just the light of the playing hole. I think it's not. Catch sunset around 5:10. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if 1 hour ago. 1 hour ago was when I started commentating. So yeah, I think it was like it is there. But I would expect, because it's more north, to be earlier. For the sun to set earlier. Remember when I was that it made an impression on me that the sun set super early there. Like, I think at some point it was dark at 3 p.m., 3:30. And it was like, yeah, well. VAC8 FNG8 or RM2. Imagine doing that. Yeah, that is a. I don't think that's illegal, but it's a really, really big risk of touch move. Hello, Bobby. Yeah, unfortunately, the board is broken. The board on the left. Some people blamed BB earlier, but I'm not sure if he is to blame. I think chess.com is the correct blame command. Sunset at 9. Yeah, well, okay. I think in Greece the sun sets at about 9 in the summer. Maybe 8:30. But it's definitely still light. But in the Nordic countries, it's super weird. Like in Sweden, in Stockholm, in the summer, the sun sets at 11, and it rises at 3. So. But the problem is, like, Swedish people don't really care. Like, they still sleep at 10 or something. So they sleep with the sun still there, which is funny. No, Khazarian is an Armenian surname, but yeah, not Persian. Ooh, F1. Yeah, I have a friend on Messenger, and he basically commentates F1 for me right now. And he says Verstappen is doing a great job, basically, from what I've gathered. Need my dark house. I can't process night with sun. Says Blueberry, who sleeps at the morning and wakes up at night. It's crazy that I've been here for like an hour, 10 minutes, and not much has happened. Like 4 moves have happened. Like, this is a really slow-paced game, and it's going to get wild, I think, in about an hour from now. Hello, GB, welcome. The board on the screen isn't actual. Yes. How could you tell? Yeah, the board on the left is broken. The on chess.com and the boards on like are on move 15. So basically we're on the same position as the live feed right now. Oh no, getting ads again. I wonder if anyone else is watching on YouTube. Or I'm the only one who is getting these ads. Hello, people from YouTube. they're very silent. This is move 15, not move 3. I can understand why it might look like move 3. Like, it actually does look like... you know, both players have played, like... I can see how to someone who is not really familiar with what's going on, it could look like, you know, there's only 3 or 4 moves being played. But you can notice, like, for instance, that there's 2 black pawns off the board. On the corner of the table. And notice how this he tries to you know. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw some quick moves from him the next few turns, trying to get a time advantage. Yeah, A4 is always on the cards, and I thought those are chocolate snacks. Oh, the pawns. That's interesting. Yeah, A4 is always on the table for white. Okay, Anna is using the classic tactic of waiting for your opponent to go away from the board and playing to win the extra time. Very, 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 very sneaky tactic. Castles. Yeah, that's the same move I would do as well. But yeah, castles is a logical move. You don't want to, we don't really, you know, we can take this pawn at any time. Has only one move that keeps equality, and that is the move d6. So yeah, he basically has to sacrifice the pawn on his own terms. Otherwise, black is just super fine, and just taking the pawn next move, and yeah. So a4, still knight takes a4 is possible. I was wondering earlier if white would sacrifice the exchange there after a4, knight takes a4, rook takes a4, and but now with the king castle, that makes much less sense because queen takes a4 does not come with check. And I think white will play d6, mostly because there's nothing else to really do in this position. Maybe bishop d3 is a possible idea, but that I think he will find d6, but even then he will still have to calculate it a little bit. It's a sneaky tactic, but it looks like it did work. Especially when both players are, going to go low on time. Okay, and he played bishop to d3. Okay, that's the other local move behind d6.
Illegal!
Thank you for the tier 1 for 13 months, Adam. Welcome.
Let's go, Anna.
And yes, indeed, let's go, Anna. She is playing very well. So he played bishop d3 and left the board. And is Anna going to do the same thing again? No, I think she's going to think a little bit more this time. But as I said, like he was planning to play. But yeah, there isn't. The bishop can help. Someone was commenting earlier that this bishop on e7 feels stuck, which is true. It doesn't look like it does much, but here, after g6, you can kind of do the long diagonal. And the pawn on d5 again has no protection. That is basically the problem here for. And black is just sorry. Wait. Okay, I should be back. Was lagging a little bit. Okay, looks like g6 has been played. This is Okay, I'm back. Hopefully it's better this way. So, what has happened? What did I miss? I guess Anna went for G6, and I don't see any other moves being played. So yeah, G6 as we said, it's a really nice move, stopping the battery of Queen and basically telling White that there isn't really much here in this position for him. Like, Black is slowly but surely, making sure everything is safe and defended, and slowly looking to take this d5 pawn. So bishop f6 is the logical next step for Anna here. And yeah, exactly, as 1800 strength is saying, welcome by the way. How exactly is White defending the pawn? That is the question. Because the pawn is currently not even defended, it's attacked 3 times. Surely there is a pin on the d file, but that should not be enough long term. Like, the pawn is isolated. It is not going to have any other pawn protecting, and White's pieces are a bit clumsy to defend it. Like, yeah, so. And meanwhile, Black's pieces are very ready to attack it. The queen could even go to d6. There could be a rook on d8, adding a 4th attacker. So White's probably best bet is to sacrifice this pawn somehow to open some lines, but even that is not easy to do. So Black should be slightly better in the current position. As we are entering a little bit of time. So it looks like Anna has 25 minutes and the opponent has about 20 something as well. I think it's 29 or 28. Or maybe even less, because on the feed he has 29. So he hasn't moved. So I guess we're actually up on time. Having a better position as Black against 25-60 rated opponent. Not many people can claim that. And he should be getting low on time actually. Now that I see his clock better, I think it's like 23. I'm gonna stop squinting my eyes to see the clocks, but he's getting low on time, that's for sure. So we are actually up on time. And the position is not looking very bright. Like, you can see also on his his facial expressions that he's not really satisfied with his position. This is usually the kind of position where these experienced grandmasters offer a draw sometimes, which would be interesting. I want to see if Anna would accept the draw or play on. Yeah, sometimes this happens. When they feel uncomfortable, they start to get low on time. And he plays bishop to h6, trying to make use of the weakness, quote-unquote weakness of G. Six, but Anna swiftly forced move. Bishop on 8 might look good, but ultimately we can always have a bishop on f6 defending the long diagonal, even on g7 if we really want to trade the bishops there. So should laugh if he offers a draw. There's not really much though I can do, and the position is well within her control. Like there is no like crazy tactics that she might miss or something. So let's see. This game is going to get spicy though, because both players are going to get low on time. So let's see. 20 something minutes. I think it's 23. But like I said, let's stop doing those. It might be even less. So what was the point of bishop a6? Why would you need a bishop on h6? Maybe just developing. Don't think he had anything in particular in mind. Oh, he would have played it immediately because rook e8 was forced. Computer here is suggesting d6. Bishop takes d6, queen c3. And yeah, that makes a bit of sense because black has to play f6 there. If you play something like bishop f8, then there is a discovery on the queen. So I guess that's kind of the only way that you can try and justify your play. First of all, your from b7, which would look at the knight on f3. He's getting low time, yeah. I think now his first digit on his clock is a 1. So he must be below 20 minutes. That's good for us, of course. Slow on time, he's not very inspired by his position. And Anna is gaining more confidence, surely. But she's getting a bit nervous as well. I can see from her. I'd win this game. You started to get a bit excited. Let's see. F1 watchers in the chat. Chess is not exciting enough. Yeah. Sad. Does he win the tournament if he wins this? He's joined first. I'm not sure if the prizes are shared or it's a tiebreak system. Also, we're a long time. We're a long way from her winning, though. Like, okay, so he's slightly better, but it's not there. It's not over yet. He's playing h4. Okay, so he's kind of going all in. Trying to the black king, trying to justify pawns hanging. that is a good practical decision by Eric here. Just trying to make this game more messy, trying to make her calculate, trying to make her burn a little bit of her clock. So, and the question is, do we take this pawn? So if we take this pawn on h4, white can take this pawn on c5. So if we want to take h4, we probably should play c4 first, and then white bishop moves, and then we take on h4. That could be a... to follow the board live, can a mod paste the Chess.com link on YouTube chat? I've asked for that. Not sure they can. And Anna has played c4, which I guess she wants that pawn. She is not convinced. I think she wants. Now white has to move the bishop. I like the swiftness. I like that he was quick, or she was quick. Because he's low on time and he has to make some decisions here, so you'd want to keep up the pressure. I like the speed, and she should calculate now. Do we take h4 to the bishop moves or not? I think that's her idea. She does not really believe it in h4. But white basically is, that's kind of the move you make when nothing else works, basically. Because okay, your king is castled. It's not like, it's a winner go home move. I think. Well, he still obviously wants to win the game. Being the first seed of the tournament and all, he wants to finish in the prizes. But Anna is not going to go down that easily. Also, white has to decide where the bishop goes. Does it go to f1? Does it go to e4? e2 doesn't make much sense because that's just in the view of the rook. Like, it could also go to e2, to be fair. Could also go to e2, but I think e4 is the most sensible. Yeah, c4 is a nice move. Even if you don't want to take an h4, it's still a nice move. See, Anna is feeling more comfortable now. Trying to calculate. Eric needs to move the bishop, of course. So, yeah, not many options. So as black here, you can already start calculating. Yeah, Anna has actually been great at time management in this game. Like, she's kept the advantage. Okay, it helps that he's really slow. Like, he should have seen c4 when he played h4. So, he should have decided where to move the bishop. It looks like he's, second guessing his decisions a lot. He feels quite uncomfortable in this position. It's not always easy for a d4 player to attack. I'm not sure if he's a d4 player, but it's maybe it's not like his comfort zone. He wanted a more positional game, and now he's basically forced to attack. He plays bishop e. I thought was the worst move of the three. I would not play that for sure, but okay. The engine think that. Bishop e2, yeah, because that's kind of in the view of the rook. Now, do we take on h4? We can also take on d5, so there's 2 free pawns in the positions. We can also take neither and just play a move like queen d6. And be like, there is no attack. Because there is no attack. Like, white is just trying to scare us, but there is not much. BB, thank you for the link there. So yeah, I mean there were on d5 and d. So I'm not sure which one of the pawns do we take. Yeah, if the GM was black, you'd believe it. Yeah, exactly. It looks like Anna is the one slowly outplaying white, right? It looks like white is the 2200 and black is the 2500. Like if you told me that the colors are reversed, I would believe it. And Anna has played an amazing game so far. Like 12 minutes left, and Anna's on like 22, 23. People checking the game. Yeah, you can see them on their reflection. That is actually really funny. If I was in Amsterdam, I would also do that. Just to meme. I would sit so that I would be visible on stream just by the reflection. I mean, this is technically a top board, so it makes sense that people would want to know what's going on. Yeah, waving. Okay, yeah, maybe. If the arbiter is not close. Okay, looks like Anna has gone into calculation. Let's see. Does a crowd around your bow bother you? Not really. Kind of used to it because, they put me in leagues and I almost always was the last to finish. So, there would be at least like 15, 20 people. Okay, yeah. I recall at least like three games where my game was the last to finish and the decisive game. So, yeah, I guess waving is a bit too much. Maybe in the start of the game where they haven't really started, like before they start. But yeah, that wouldn't be that polite to do while the players are thinking. Yeah, that's true. In this pose. Yeah, this hole is not that big also. So if you are where your reflection is visible, I'm sure that the players can see you as well. Very clearly. So yeah, that wouldn't be. But yeah, I usually finish quite late my game, so I'm not really bothered by crowd zone. Although in most tournaments, you can't really do that. Like the arbiter will, will intervene if there's too many people on one table. This position is actually quite complicated, so yeah. Basically, that's what he's doing is he's trying to like muddy the waters. Because if he plays normal moves, he's just going to be in a worse position. So he just hopes that Anna makes a mistake. Last move was bishop e2, yes. What's her score? Her score is 4 out of 5. So, yeah. And the leaders are on 5 out of 6. So she, basically, if she wins this game, she's going to be joint leader. Okay, this is calculating something. Yeah. White is planning to get the lobby sync. However, that would require two more moves, and it's blocked to move. So we have a lot of things we can do with those 2 moves. So the opponent is on 13 minutes, and Anna should be on about 18 by now. So both players are actually quite low on time. This is going to be exciting. Remember, there is no extra time. Okay, she's about to move, and she takes on h4. And he will play a d6. So he wants to keep the d pawn. Going to be decided by one pawn. So yeah, that is a very swift response by him, playing d6 and gaining that time. It's Anna's time again. She's up a pawn though, so she is now up on material, and she can just safely retreat this bishop to f6 or something if she doesn't want to lose the bishop part. She could also try the move bishop to c6, trying to kind of control the d7 square so that there's no fancy tactics. So she needs to be to have a concrete plan here, basically. We are up material. We just need to stave off the any kind of attack or kind of random tactics that white might have. Let's see. I still think it's anyone's game. My opponent is very strong, so should not underestimate him. Okay, so looks like she's ready to play. And bishop f6. Yeah, that's very logical move. She's playing really logical moves. Again, that's probably what I would do as well. Like, just go to the long diagonal. No need to allow knight takes h4 at any point. The engine didn't. It said it's like the 5th best move, but still gives the advantage. So that's all we care about. I think he played knight to. So he's going to reroute the knight to g4. So now the attacking wave is basically. He's rerouting the knight to g4. This was very quickly. So he probably planned this a while ago. Yeah, I agree with that he might be tired. I mean, he does look kind of tired, to be fair. But his quick moves suggest that he has kind of found a plan, and it's up to Anna to kind of defend against it. But we are doing really well, so can just keep the cheers up. And yeah, what would we do here? So knight g4 is coming. We can't really prevent that. So I guess the idea is to hide the bishop. You don't want to trade it on g7, because that would leave the Dutch was very vulnerable to a potential queen and knight attack. Queen c3 and knight from g4 could go to f6. So you probably want to give this bishop on h8. So maybe bishop h8 makes sense, even immediately. Or after knight g4, knight d5. Also interesting. Trying to go for some knight b4 ideas, maybe. Looks a bit loose on d5, though. Like, some bishop f3 might be a threat. The most here is bishop 8, and go for that. Let's see. She has played really well so far, so let's hope she keeps that up. She's also changed like a million poses. Like thinking stances, yeah. How scared are we with the d pawn? Not too much. I think the most scary thing is the pieces getting active on the king side right now. We might even let that pawn push to d7, and it still should be okay. The worst thing about the pawn is that it kind of cuts off our position. That's like the worst effect of it. But the pawn has a so I would say just safeguarding moves like bishop h8. Maybe bring the knight from the queen side as well, like knight d5, which was suggested. Is definitely a good move. I mean, it's quite obvious that white's next move is going to be knight 4, right? So let's see what she goes for. Yeah, it's true. Her opponent seems so calm. Like it's kind of interesting because it was like the opposite a little bit before. So he goes bishop to G. Okay. But I'm not sure that is very good because yeah, trading. I was not a big fan of trading this pair of bishops because I said the light squares might become weak. But let's see. Because now yeah, queen and knight attacking on the light squares might become a bit scary. I think it's better than trading it on G7, but it still might get a bit scary. It's definitely not losing though, so still pretty good. I would prefer bishop h8 though, if you wanted to move the bishop. Bishop h8. Yeah, that's probably what I would have done as well. But okay, he goes for knight g4, so he's like, okay, if you want to take my bishop, you and play like can't really keep it like that. Surely. Because now the problem is now there are also some. Okay, looks like she took, and king g7. Yeah, good. At least. Because with the bishop still there were some tactical ideas with d7 and some knight f6. So what was played after d6? So d6, bishop f6, knight h2, bishop g5, knight g4, bishop takes a, and white is probably knight g4, I suppose. Followed by some kind of queen to c3. We are getting pieces off the board, which is good for us since we're up pawn. Okay, he's moved it back to g4. And now it's a bit of a decision again. Because you don't really want to play f6, but after check is probably forced. So maybe an idea is to kick this knight out with h5. If you don't want it to be on g4. h5, queen c3, f6. Is there something I'm missing? And then your knight has to go back, right? There's also, yeah, e7 is also something to think about here. Trying to kind of cover everything. Yeah, I would say that's White's, White's plans of making a mess of the position succeeded. This is why GMs are GMs, right? Because even if even if they haven't really played that inspiring chess, they always have the opportunity to push sometimes like a panic button and make the position messy and swindle you there. Despite not really like up until move like 17 or something, like Anna-Maja was completely outplaying him. And then he just started playing like this h4, d6. Moves that look like, this can't be good, right? But they create chances for the opponent to make mistakes. And now it's anyone's game. It's anyone's game. Anna is thinking again. I think h5 is playable. If it is playable, then it should be good. So you don't want to deal with a knight on g4. Rook e6, another idea suggested in the chat. Kind of defending against f6, right? I also like the move knight to d7. Also blockading the pawn, because there might be some ideas with g5, with d7, not g5, with d7 later on again. And she's played queen to g5, okay. Queen g5. The engine is not a big fan here. But let's see why. So the engine says d7 is good for white. Yeah, that's exactly like should have blockaded that pawn. And queen g5 makes sense, kind of bringing the queen to a more active position. However, white has a passed pawn on the d file, which we have kind of ignored. We're also unprotecting this knight on d6. So yeah, maybe some tactical opportunities here for white. As 1800 strength is saying, d7, and the idea of the rook coming to d6 might be problematic here for Anna. Because Anna wants to play like something like h5 in the next move, and the knight would be... The knight's actually pinned to a tactic, so... Yeah, the problem is that with such a move you pretty much force your opponent. Because everything else is pretty bad. Okay, looks like the opponent's looking at the d pawn, at least. It's still very complicated though. It's nothing like clear. But this move looks a bit too loose, to be fair. Like, as I think that's a quote by Aaron Nimzovich. He said, a passed pawn is a criminal that should be kept under lock and key. Meaning that you should never allow a passed pawn to push without consequences. So here, yeah, not blockade. This d pawn may have some bad consequences for Anna. Who's pinging my Discord? Oh god. Okay. Yeah. And it looks like he has played d7. Anna should move. Remember, guys, yeah, this pawn this pawn for free, right? And now it's basically cutting the black position in two. So yeah, as I said, you should be careful about passers. We removed the queen from the blockading square. Now rook d8, there is rook d, or rather rook f8, there is rook d6. Rook d8, there is queen c3 followed by rook d6 again. Stockfish says to take on e2. Why, is that how bad the position is? Or maybe taking on e2 keeps some hope. Slows down a little bit the white initiative. We are up a pawn after all, so sacrificing the exchange may... But it's not really a move you make easily here. Yes, it's looking at the bishop. I agree with that, because it's looking kind of forward, and I don't see any other forward move that would make sense. Like, rook e. You can't really. If you play f6, then the connection between the queen and the d8 white can promote. The rook e6 doesn't work. It's either a sideways move or taking the bishop. This could be a good move. Like, you know, if this GM thinks he has figured everything out, let's try to complicate the position ourselves now, and try to make stuff out of nothing, as he did with his pawn pushes. It looks like he's on 7 minutes, and Anna, I think, is also on like 6-7 minutes as well. So they're basically playing rapid chess by now. I think Anna has missed something in her calculations, because she looks kind of upset that she missed something, or like confused. She must have seen something like from before, and now it's not working, or something like that. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's a very high-rated opponent. It's kind of impressive. Like, even if, I mean, this is what Anna does to low-rateds. Like, this game could have been a 2000 against Anna with white. Okay, Anna doesn't play d4, but you know what I mean. Like, when the game doesn't go her way, she tries this kind of stuff as well, like this h4 and such ideas, and she gets the game into a tactical mess, and because she calculates better than most low-rated opponents, she usually wins, despite not really having played a great game. So yeah, it's kind of getting a bit of our own medicine here. It's impressive to see like how you can turn a position around in chess so easily. But there is still hope. There is still hope, I think, especially if we find a good move here. Let's see. It's not much time, so we will get some action. Shit, bishop on f6 would have even be useful in stopping the pawn. I'm not... Like, from a positional standpoint, I think that is kind of a mistake to trade bishops in this structure. I think this is where it started kind of going downhill. That was not the correct plan. It's a classic plan in the Sicilian Dragon to keep the bishop on h8 when the opponent has a bishop on h6. Yeah, of course, it's easy to say things from the comfort of your chair. I'm not the one playing a GM. Let's see. I hope for rook e2. I think it's gonna be exciting to see if it can lead to anything. Basically sacrificing to gain a tempo, the queen away from the queen c3, which is a really long threat. The display board is blocked. Should I fix it? Well, if I could, I would have fixed it, but I can't, unfortunately. It has been like that for the entire 3.5 hours we've been streaming. So yeah, I'm sorry for that. Yes, it should be really low on time. So this is really using up all of her time here. Trying to find a saving move, maybe. And it I think she just fell below 2 minutes. So she has like less than 2 minutes to make her move, and he has about, I think it's either 7 or 8. Yeah. So she has to move, guys. Let's see. Doesn't look very confident in her decision, I must say, but who would be, right? Pawn is scary. Rook d8 has been played. About 1:50 on the clock. So no rook sack. or exchange sack rather. And notice how you deal with queen c3 and rook d6, which is the plan of cabbage. And you can't take d7 because the other rook is coming to d1. That is the point. Basically, you kind of get pinned all around the board. So let's see, at the moment we are still up a pawn. And the opponent is in a low time, but I think he has foreseen this move because it's pretty obvious. Maybe he makes a mistake, I don't know. He could still... Could play rook d6 immediately, maybe, as well. Could also be another idea. Queen c3, f6, d6. Looks like we are defending. So white has to see this 3-move sequence basically to... So repeat again, queen c3 check, f6, rook to d6, knight d5, and there queen d4 is the only move that leads to, I guess, a winning position. I guess white's something's gonna give there. So many pinned pieces for black. One now in 6 minutes. Anna has 1:52. Her clock. And he needs to figure out, do I play rook d6 first? I don't think he'd play anything else besides queen c3 and rook d6. That could be a line. I mean, you never know. Low time, even a GM could undermate in one, right? We've seen that happen before. So why not? Let's see. Touch move, yeah. That's also possible. Luba is really a fan of touch move, I think. He was asking the other time about touch move as well. He's really a fan of the rule. Yeah, exactly. We're alive. We're up a pawn. It's up to the opponent to figure out how to win. That's the correct mindset here, I think. I've saved a lot of lost positions like that. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is completely lost, but it's my opponent who has to prove it, so just play quick moves. What did she play? She played rook d8, so... most logical move, I would say. Should play this h-pawn? Like the... okay, meanwhile queen c3 has been played. And she plays f6 very quickly. Queen a3, that was not supposed to happen. That was not the move we were... I think that's good for us now, right? So he's threatening queen e7. That's knight d5 defense. And I'm not sure knight d5, rook takes d5, queen takes d5, queen e7, there is queen f7. So maybe he missed that. So he played queen a3 instantly. And you see, this is what I'm saying. Like, low time, you can imagine things. Look, boy, you should turn off the engine, I think. Because the evil is going to swing a lot. I feel it, and yeah. But yeah, let's see. Knight d5 is logical. Because white threatens queen e7, right? And I'm wondering, did he miss that there is queen f7 in this line? So let's see. Yeah, the engine is saying black is slightly better after knight d5. As I said, we are up a pawn, so it's on the opponent to prove. However, we have 1 minute, so that's also a consideration. Opponent is on 5. And Anna is now ticking down to 20 seconds, I believe. Don't know what the DGT has because I have the stream at full screen, but Anna is on mere seconds and opponent is on 5 minutes. F5? Oh wow. Pushing this pawn. So F5 played, okay. So that's kind of attacking the knight and trying to... She's really not wanting to use this knight from b6, right? I mean, it could have gone to d7 earlier, now knight d5. Decentralizing it. Maybe f3 is still very weird. So f5 played. Now white, again, he's under pressure. His knight's attacked. He has to find the correct move. The best move here, according to the computer, is f4. Counter-attacking the queen. The problem is that the attack on the knight is not that strong. Like, you can attack all the things. Yeah, the knight is pinned to checkmate, but white can leave the knight there for the moment. Knight d5, bishop f3, rook d7, bishop d5, bishop d5, rook d5, queen g4. Probably something. Yeah, some. There has to be some tactical refutation of bishop f3 because it looks. Rook takes. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. The move I saw was that for knight d5, rook d5 doesn't work because we have queen d7 on queen e7. There's queen f7. That's how far I can calculate. So I'll just watch here because this is very, very tense. He's calculating with his hands on his pockets. That's so funny. Like, who does that? But usually you have your hands on your head, right, when you calculate. At least I do. The moves were rook d8, queen c3 check, f6, queen a3, f5. And he plays f4. Wow, that's the best move, by the way. f4. And yeah, the problem is that we can't really take. So the reason for f5 was to open the queen's defense of e7. So we can't take on f4 because of queen e7. So queen goes to h4, as Anna has played. And the queen now comes back to c3. And that is the problem. Now there is no f6. So the king has to step into the wilderness. King f7 maybe? But he has to move the king here. King g8, okay. But now knight f6. Right. This is looking very dangerous. Knight f6, then maybe king f7, and we try to survive that. Yeah. That is on the board. Knight f6, I think he played rook to d6. So knight f6, king f7, rook to d6. So our knight on... And there are lots of ideas. Yeah, this king is starting to feel the pressure here. All these pieces and pawns surrounding the black king. And it's looking like I'm looking at everything. There's no hope. Yeah, the knight is attacked. That's the problem. So knight to a4, attacking the queen. This looks like a move that's kind of... I guess the queen just moves to do something like e5 or e3 maybe. Oh, e3, wait, has to move on the diagonal. No, but the rook is protecting, so yeah. Bishop takes c4 is also. But, yeah, that's. I think white has a lot of wins here. Queen to e3. Okay. Queen to e3. I think resignation is probably better. But he wants to keep everything safe, I suppose. Problem is, it's hard with the 10 seconds, you know, to defend this. Like even if there was a move that held the position, it's impossible to play this with 20 seconds. Knight b2 has been played by Anna. Horse is like the last warrior dying in battle. Something. Knight takes b2, yeah. Now she's up 2 pawns. At least, you know, at least we can die with computer announcing mate in 9 for white. Yeah, this should be GG. Queen e6 check, king to g7. Queen to e7 check, king to h8. Where is the checkmate? Queen to e5, yeah. That should be it. Also attacking the knight. And I think this is a good moment to resign. King can't really move. And yeah, this should be GG. Knight a4, what was next? To e3, knight. Queen e6 check, king g7, queen e7. Anna played a really great game, especially in the opening and the early middle games. She basically outplayed the GM. Like, she played better than the GM, there's no doubt about that. But yeah, the GM complicated the position with this h4. I think the positional mistake was trading bishops, still. Because as you can see, she got mated on the light squares. But yeah, going to h6. Can he play? This should be checkmate. Can't be bothered to put it on the board, but I mean, worst case, you can just take b2, right? But surely there is better. Yeah, he just takes on b2. So he's now up a piece. And yeah, this should be over. Yeah, Anna sees in chat. Well, I'm not sure if she hears me, because so I'll just type it. Yeah, she played a really good game. Like, I'm impressed by her her opening. It's usually, you know, she gets in trouble in the opening quite a lot, but I think some people who doubt her opening. Oh, so I can roast her, okay. No, I won't. But I think some people who doubt her openings should look at this game and see that she basically had a better opening than 25-60. And yeah, she proved that she can keep up with these guys. I think if she had a little bit more time, she would have found maybe this knight d5 idea instead of what's he play there? Or instead of f5. But yeah. Yeah, GG. So she's ending with 4 points and 2200 rating, as the script predicted. I said 2200. I think I said something like we should round up the rating. So yeah, so she's going to her November tournaments with a round rating. You know, to help chat. But yeah, GG's. Let me type it as well. Oh, still playing. I thought this was like made in 5 or something, but they're still playing. No, it was four wins and 2 losses. God of strategy. But still a really good score once he played. Yeah, really good game. How are they still playing, man? Okay, it's over now. GG's. Okay, I guess I'll leave the call. It was a pleasure covering these games as much as I could, and thank you to everyone who watched and was in the chat. Please update Anna on her amazing weekend result. Plus 22 points of rating is not too shabby. And yeah, her next tournament I think should be end of the month, if I'm not mistaken. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you all also to the commentators, I guess. Blue Boy, Vlad was here in the morning. And yeah, see you some other time. Goodbye and good night.